noticed in your submission that the department comments that unchecked feral horse activity can increase the risk of extinction of threatened species. And almost 12 months ago, one of your ministers, Ms Plibersek, has repeatedly said that she has a goal of zero plant and animal extinctions anywhere in Australia. So I'm just interested, we've heard lots of feelings and lots of things that we can look at doing and talking about. Can you just point me to one specific action that the minister has taken to reduce feral horse activity in populations? Because if you say what you say is true about the risk to threatened species, I would have hoped the minister, under her pledge, has done just one thing. Just point me to one thing.
So I think, Senator, I would point to a range of things that we've discussed today, that the government is using the levers at its disposal, whether it's funding through a variety of existing programs, whether it's the reconvening of the Ministerial Council, which has been resurrected after a long period of abeyance.
So
she is getting the other ministers together so that you can look at concerted action that can be taken to address.
Talking. That's what we've done.
They reconvene a ministerial council so that cooperatively,
great, so they can have a meeting to talk about a meeting to talk about a meeting.
That they can look at actions to address feral horse populations in the Alps.
Okay, so the funding levels we saw, I think 1.7 in total. ACT said they didn't even get any specific funding. The Victorians said it was linked to post-bushfires. So we're not seeing really funding going in either, are we? It's just talking.
I can address that, Senator. So there has been money flowing from the bushfires. Most of that money was only expensed very recently in the last couple of months because there were extensions. Those jurisdictions needed more time. Minister Plibersek has
just
committed...
to confirm the 2020 bushfires.
Yes,
yeah.
It's taken several...
So,
recovery...
okay.
So recovery does take quite some time, but also there were hold-ups with some of that. Some of that was due to legal disputes within New South Wales, also weather conditions and things like that. So that feral horse work has continued in that time. Minister Plibersek has committed further money, and we can detail that in the $1.7 million that I talked about since she's become Minister for the Environment. And so just one other thing.
The 1.7, that was...
Beg your pardon?
That 1.7 to New South Wales, or is that in total?
That was 1.7 million directly for horse control. So we that's across New South Wales and Victoria, and I can detail those projects for the committee as per the chair's request earlier.
Okay, so reconvening a meeting and some funding.
The other thing Minister Plibersek has done is declare, since she came to power, is declare the Alps a priority place under the Threatened Species Action Plan, which means...
Transmission lines through.
Right, exactly. So we can put transmission lines through, but we can't actually get rid of a feral horse because we're too busy talking about it.
As I explained, some of that funding has just come to an end in the last couple of months, and so we are now working through the next phase of the Natural Heritage Trust and the Saving Native Species program. Significant components of those funds will be directed to those priority places around Australia, and that includes the Australian Alps.